Hey, Cassie, how do you do? Right. Yeah, that's the villagers making those noise. Ah. That is indeed the villagers. PW2? At the risk of sounding dumb, what is? Oh, Power Wash Simulator. Ah. I see. I wonder when we're gonna get the ability to jump over fences. No, it's been years for Minecraft. You would think. Oh no. Hold on. Lecture. You. Hey. Oh, Olivia. Oh. Hey, Matt, how do you do? Welcome. Really need to find mending. I wanna find more lecterns. Need to find more lectern. You eating pizza at the moment? What kind of pizza? What is on said pizza? That's what I want to know. What is on said pizza? If I sound a little bit out of it, I just woke up. Pepperoni only? Whoa. Whoa. What the hell was that? I can play modern Minecraft, no issue, but normal Minecraft. Stuttering. What the hell? I have so much steak on me. Okay. Half an hour to an hour ago, same. Early birds and all that stuff. Okay, well, this is just a monument to failure. Now the pixels will be off because I'm streaming at a low bit rate. Welcome to the farmlands, where I can't stream at high bit rates. I could change it up, but I'm always afraid it's not going to work. Like I am. I could stream at a higher bit rate, so it'll look nicer. Screen size is smaller? Nah, screen size should be normal. Maybe refresh your browser, but I definitely have my screen size at 1080. Eventually, one day, I'll stream at 4K and no one will see it coming. Okay, so... the hotbar is smaller than it was before? That should not be the case. I've made no changes here. I actually do want to see... what are you running around with my leather for, buddy? It's not the place to put it. We need to expand the house. Because the house is currently... you know. I kind of... do I make my house inside the village? The UI is set to 2, guys. The UI is set to the exact same thing I always set it to. Map level. There's 3. Oh my lord, no. Ugh. Always set to the same thing. I have made no changes since the last time we played. I've only been stuck on the Stardew game, or the Stardew mod pack. That's my only thing I'm guilty of at the moment, is being stuck on the Stardew Valley-esque mod for this game. Which, in all honesty, I would play, but I've been skimping on my Minecraft hardcore world, so, you know, I should probably get back to trying to beat this game in hardcore. Something I've legit never done and still want to do. But I fear my Minecrafting world is... You know what? I'm building a warehouse. Screw the house, I'll live in my teeny tiny little hut. I am building a warehouse. And it doesn't have to be huge. It just has to store all this ridiculous amount of stuff that I have. And we could put the warehouse down here. I'm a little bit afraid for the little golem I've got going. But it would keep him busy. It really would keep him busy, in all honesty. Yeah, look, I will say the copper golems are more... They're more handy than anything else. I wouldn't say they're fantastic, but they're handy. Like, if you're busy adventuring, like many of you Minecrafters normally do, and you just need, you know, storage. You can see here, I've got like literally no space, so he has no idea what to put where. So the idea would be just to give him something to do, and should make it fairly simple for him to achieve. Now, I don't want to build my warehouse in the shade of the failed mob farm, which if I could, I would vein mine and just destroy, but you know, unfortunately, that is not going to happen at this point in time. I feel real sad that didn't work, but you know, it's a lesson learned. That's the thing, right? Everything one does could be conceived as a lesson. What is the lesson we learned? It's too close to the ground. So, you know, we'll make it 7 wide. There. Hello, Keanu. How do you do? By the way, if you guys have not watched my latest Uno video, I would highly recommend you do. Uno No Mercy. I'm actually so glad they finally brought out that DLC for the game. And it is as crazy as you think it is. I'm legitimately not kidding. It is as crazy as you think it is. I couldn't even begin to tell you guys how insane that mod pack, or not mod pack, it's a DLC. I can't even begin to describe to you how crazy that DLC is. Like, damn. And the nice thing is it did some decent views on YouTube, so, you know. I see YouTube fixed whatever they broke, and at least my shorts are getting back up to speed. At this point, it really is all about the views and not so much about the subscribers. As much as I want it to be about the subscribers. It's very difficult to convert subscribers, and I've been thinking I should maybe start like a cooking channel and just show people how to make recipes, but you know, I'm not too cookingly inclined. Like, I can cook, don't get me wrong. I can make a good old dish if I wanted. But you know, we're in this day and era where, I don't know, man. I don't know. Listen, can you stop pushing me? All your shorts been thrown into my face. And that's fine though. Finally, like, it's working the way it should. But yeah. Today is going to be a little bit of a more chilled out stream. And then next week, I will be heading back to World of Warcraft so that I can continue playing WoW. I've just honestly been stuck on one particular piece of gaming. Hey, we bad, long time no see. How do you do? What's cooking? Ooh. What do I want to cook is the thing. Ah. If I was going to cook something on camera, what is it that I would want to cook? Could make pie. Desserts? Desserts are a weakness of mine, but there is one I don't know. But I don't know. There is one I know very well that does actually pretty decent, but the amount of sugar in that thing is like, I'll be real with you, spinach and feta pie is not that great. And I know I'll catch some heat for that, but I'm not a massive fan of spinach and feta pie. I think the problem is feta warm has got a very particular taste to it that's not too great. But I can make it. I can make it. It's not that hard. Yeah. It's going to be a very simple warehouse, but you know, as long as the warehouse works. I guess we don't have space now. Fine. Bam. And we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can door, put this here, grab that, throw it away again because I need space for 3 spruce doors. You know, that Minecraft thing where we do 3 unnecessary doors. I'll never understand it. Never. I will never get it. I don't know what went through Minecraft developers' mind when they're like, oh, well, you know, we'll just do this. Dude, is it me or does the day go by really quickly? I hate it. There. I did nothing much is happening, but I did increase my elo in chess. Barbecue grilled cheese sort of sandwich. Spinach isn't good lately. You just haven't had good spinach. Spinach is god. Spinach is godly. Okay, we'll make 8 chests so that my boy has got space for everything. 2 space. 1, 2. Shit. 2. Okay, nerd. Come do your job. There's a space here for you to do whatever you need to do. Hold on. I need to help him. Otherwise he's going to fall off here. Oh no, never mind. He knows what he's doing. There we go. Alright. Hello there, buddy. Love you too, Keanu. Yeah, so... Anyone else hear that, or was that just me? Copper chest. A copper golem only remembers 10 chests. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm helping him remove some stuff because I'm also going to be moving stuff out of this house. I have a stack of 64 diamonds. Does anyone else notice that? I have a stack of 64. I built the stairs and I don't use the stairs. Yeah, that's all my wood. I'll put a roof on, don't worry. Everyone just relax. So I get told again I don't look after my chests. Or I don't look after my house. No, I definitely look after. Look at Mr. Moneybags over here with a stack of 64 diamonds. I worked for that. I worked for that, thank you. Come and sass me. How dare y'all. Right, wood. That's wood. I'm just trying to find all the stuff made from wood. You guys know when you got a lot of wood? Giggity. He said wood. Hold up. Did I torch up that place? I did not. That's a great way to spawn up mobs, that's for sure. Hold up. Imagine they made a mode in Minecraft where it's like the forest. Where the longer you take, the harder the game gets. Because I remember in the forest, eventually you'll get raided by like the weirdest creatures known on this mortal coil. It's strange, in all honesty. Okay, that's considered wood. I'll put that there. We'll sleep. So what's everyone up to today? What is everyone's plans for the day ahead? Everyone's plans for the day ahead. I'm streaming early because we might be going out later. I don't know what the plans are for me. But in essence, I'm just chilling. Getting a session or two of Battlefield in before work. I had a terrible session yesterday. Yes. And I also need to continue. I still need to optimize that thing properly because I'm still getting weirdest like slowness on that game. And it's upsetting me greatly because I'm like, I can't shoot if I'm so slow. And I must be able to shoot. But I know they released a thing yesterday when I went there. You need to go check your GPU acceleration and stuff. So I'll probably go check that. Alright, give me all of the stone. Got mad stone, chat. Why are people talking shit about Battlefield 6? Huh? They are? All I've heard is praise. What up? 4? Well, what time are you gallivanting? Okay, well, when y'all are dressed, I will be ready. They went back on everything they said. Oh, wonderful. So, as usual, we get shafted. Again. Here's the thing. They're releasing bright neon skins. Oh my. Please tell me I'm being lied to here, that I'm being joshed. That this is actually just a bad joke, and when I open my eyes, everything will be fine. Please tell me that. Please tell me that. You know, why is it always when I have high hopes for something, there has to be something that comes and destroys everything we know and love? Apparently, some think the game shouldn't be $70, and I kind of agree, but there's a different game better but free. I heard of it. Yeah, Delta Force. Repairing vehicles for 6,000 points when only 110 count in a single game is doable. I've played Delta Force. I wouldn't say it's better than Battlefield 6 in my personal opinion, but again, personal opinion. But I might have to go and play Delta Force now because of all this bullshit. Oh, come on. They had one job, and that was to be better than Call of Duty. And they were doing it. And now you're telling me they went back on everything they did. Are you kidding me? Why? Why? Why do that? Here's the thing. People hate it when I say this. Call of Duty is not the same anymore. It isn't. Call of Duty simply isn't the same. And I don't know where they lost the plot with the game at one point or another, but they did. The Battlefield 6 is better. It's just like a social war at this point. Yep. That's all it is. I don't think they even make games to be fun anymore. I just think it's like, how many skins can we churn out in this particular rendition? It's not even about making it fun anymore. It's about how much can we squeeze out of people nowadays. And it's just like, this is why I am a stan for indie game companies. I'll be real with you. This is why I'm a stan for indie game companies, because they make a game to be fun. It's like Hades 2 now has a revised ending because people felt that the ending was maybe a little bit too mainstream. So they were like, I bet, Chief. But Hades 2 is fun. Hades 2 is fun. And it's just like, why can we not have that anymore? Why can we not have old men yelling at clouds? Yep, basically. Companies, most don't make games to make them fun and great and amazing anymore. It's all about how much can you squeeze out of the people. Yep. But then they wonder why gamers are upset and entitled. Here's the thing. I have no issue with people wanting to make money, right? Because at the end of the day, it's a business. We all know that gaming is a business. It is what it is. But if you make your game fun, accessible, and enjoyable, people will buy your game and play the game. I don't understand how people don't put 2 and 2 together with this. Just make your game fun, make it accessible, and make it good. And then people will play your game. Like, hello? Like, am I wrong for thinking that way? Someone in chat tell me if I'm wrong for thinking that way, okay? Just tell me that I'm thinking it very wrong. The indie devs name most likely make, yeah, Expedition 33 is fantastic. It's amazing. It is literally one of the best games of all time. Warframe so far is one of the only triple titles that actually cares about the community. Yeah, but after how much belly aching? Remember, a lot of titles only got better after all the complaints. Warframe right now is fantastic. Remember, there was a time where Warframe looked like they were going to shut down. But they said, no, we need to make this right for the people. And they did. I love how this little man is just like, he's just vibbing at this point. Because remember, there was a point in time where they were going to shut down. They were. There was a point in time where they were like, oh, no. Okay, well. Guess it's over. It's over 9,000. See, chat? This is why I suck. Anyway. But from what I've seen, devs are leaning on hardcore gamers than casual gamers. Hardcore gamers don't want easy, accessible, and fun. They want Souls-like. Yeah, but that's dumb. I'm gonna tell you why it's dumb. Okay, you have more casual gamers than you have hardcore gamers, right? And I'm not saying get rid of any kind of hardcore element, but it's like Diablo 4, right? Diablo 4 is bad for multiple reasons, but it's not bad for the casual gamer, right? It's not bad for the casual gamer. It's bad for the hardcore Diablo fans, right? Now, it gets bad for the casual gamer when there's no end game content to play. That's where Diablo 4 sucks. Diablo 4 as a base game is decent because it makes you feel like you're playing the class you're playing. But a lot of hardcore Diablo fans don't like it because, one, there's no end game, and there is no end game. There's no end game to Diablo 4. There is no end game. They need to fix it badly, right? Diablo 4 had the hardcore Diablo player in mind. Diablo 4 had the hardcore player in mind, but then too many people bitched and moaned about all of these stats that didn't need to be on the item, so they simplified it. Then those same people complained that the items are too simple. So, on the one hand, I get where gamers come from, but also on the other hand, gamers don't know what they want. I got bored in Diablo 4 at level 40 on 2 characters. Was my first time. Diablo 4 on release was not that great. Diablo 4 peaked at Season 2 and hasn't been able to capture that magic again. It has not. Diablo 4 peaked at Season 2, and I will maintain that that Season 2 was peak Diablo 4. People were playing that thing like crazy on Season 2. After that, it's literally just, oh, here's a seasonal quest. Whoop-de-doo. Finish the seasonal quest. Oh, okay, we're done now. Great. And then we go back to what's there. Hey, Awful, how do you do? Welcome to the stream. We're just sorting out our chest here and let the golem do golem things. But see, chat, that's my problem with gaming today. Is developers would listen to streamers and stuff to a point. I always say, if I get game keys from like indie game companies, I tell them, yo, it's just my opinion, but it's like with Tavern Manager. If you guys have not watched my Tavern Manager simulator series on YouTube, the developers understood where I came from when I said, yo, we have a tavern, there are no bards. It's not a tavern if you don't have musical accompaniment. What did they do? Not 2 months later, they were like, hey, we're adding bards. You know? But then you look at a game like Diablo 4 that's too intricate, but they'll go listen to hardcore players and try and please the hardcore fan base when you have casual gamers that just want to play the game. And it's just like, I don't know. Like, gaming is in such a bad spot at the moment with just how people are treating it. I think that's the part that upsets me. It's just like, come on, man. And now with this whole Battlefield thing of they're not doing what they promised, why? You know, that's what I also don't understand about developers. It's like, you know the backlash you're going to get. Why do you do the thing? Like, why do you do the thing that's going to upset the player base? Why? You've been through this song and dance. How many Funko Pops do we have approximately? Definitely over 100. Let me tell you that right now. Most definitely, if not over, almost at 100. But, yeah, a lot of Funko Pops. A lot of Funko Pops. Most of them are my wife's. I will readily admit that. Most of them are my wife's Funko Pops. A lot of them, not a lot of them, I would say 10, maybe 15 max are mine. The rest of them are my wife's. She has a lot of Funko Pops and will probably have more. when she and I eventually move out on our own. So yeah. What series do you collect? Anything and everything. Well, I say that it's mostly anime. So there's Demon Hunter, there's Bleach, there's some Pokemon over there, there's Lord of the Rings. I know it's not an anime. There's Fire Force, Avatar, Seven Deadly Sins, Black Clover. I'm looking here. Just give me a second before I break my neck. What else? My Hero Academia. That's her most one. I see Kaiju number 8. I see One Piece. I see Dragon Ball Z. Yeah. We are looking for Chainsaw Man stuff, but no, I don't think she... Hold on, let me see. No, I don't see Chainsaw Man there. Oh, there's Naruto as well. I forgot about that. But no. No Chainsaw Man, unfortunately. No. Then that's the one... I think that's the one she doesn't have. I got a Pokita. That's my favorite. I have a few favorites, but it's not anime based. Mine is Overwatch and IRL based. Those are my favorites. You having fun, buddy? I hope so. Archie, are you losing your mind again? But anyway, back to our gaming conversation. I will shuffle between the two. I don't understand how developers... How much Overwatch have I played? The correct answer is yes. I've put Overwatch down since, because, you know, Overwatch 2 is not my cup of tea anymore. But we used to have a thing here way back in the early days of my streaming where we would praise the glory of Bob. Now, if you want to know who Bob is... Right here. Keeps getting bored here. Don't know how... There we go. The glorious magnificence of Bob. Big Omnic Butler. Modders are better than devs? Yep. I don't know. Can I still hear the broken? Okay, no. Seems to be fine. Modders are great, but let me tell you, modders still need the game. That's the thing. You can be a mod, but you still need the base game. If you have the base game, great. That's fantastic. I'm just saying we're in a terrible era of gaming. I want to point that out. Yeah, modders need the platform. They do. As bad as a game can be, they still need the game to mod. So, but I will say, it's like with Minecraft, right? I'm not bumming on Minecraft. Please don't misunderstand me. But there's certain glaring things missing from Minecraft that modders have put in that makes the game better. And that is why I enjoy modern Minecraft way more than I do vanilla Minecraft. I do. Like, they were making copper armor before Minecraft was like, hey, listen, copper armor is now a thing. And we're like, oh, gee, you don't say. Because how long has copper been in the game before it became useful to have armor and tools and stuff? It was in the game for a while. So it's just a case of, yo. Exactly. Mojang takes forever to update their game with things that mods seriously do so much better. And it's just like, I don't understand how they don't bring these modders onto their team and just be like, hey, listen, thank you for doing this for us. Here, add the stuff needed to make the base game great. And I'm not saying Minecraft isn't great, vanilla, but there's glaring stuff that are missing. Let me, that's Microsoft, yep. But then again, let me see here. Gamers say they want one thing, and when they get their thing, they complain. Yeah. If the day ever comes for COD when they remaster Black Ops 2 or OG Modern Warfare 2 and 3, Black Ops 1, in my opinion, those are not touching new CODs. No, but you see, why do we need... Here's my problem. Why do we need the remasters? It's like Skyrim. People hate it when I say this. Skyrim did not need 27 remasters. It did not. It did not. Instead, Bethesda should be working on their new title. But no. Skyrim has turned into a glorified cash grab with 27,000 remasters. And let me tell you something. The Oblivion remaster was 10 times better than any Skyrim remaster I have seen. The Oblivion remaster was 10 times better than any Skyrim remaster that they've worked on. Any of them. And I know that's controversial, but you know what? I'll die on this hill. Remasters or remakes? The Oblivion is technically a remaster, but I suppose you can call it a remake. They've never remade Skyrim. Never. What do I do for Fallout 5? I know, right? Recently, I'm tilted that the new Halo Unreal Engine 5 game is just campaign, not multiplayer. See, here's the thing. Halo CE reworked. Better be $25. Good luck. It's not going to work like that. It's not going to be like, it's going to be a $70 game. And you know what's going to happen? The campaign is going to be mid and then it's going to fail. Why? Because it's a cash grab. It is a cash grab. It is not going to be good. Let me tell you that right now. I will eat my words, and I always hope. Don't get me wrong, Chad. Wasn't technically Oblivion a remake, even though Bethesda... No, because it still kept the same bugs. It still kept the same, like, everything. So I would classify it as remaster, because a remake changes certain stuff, right? If you look at Crash Bandicoot remaster, someone help me. There was a remake of a game that was fairly recent. Resident Evil 4. Resident Evil 4 was a remake, not a remaster, because they changed some of the stories. Dead Space. Dead Space 1 was a remake because they changed certain aspects of the game, removed certain stuff, put new things in. A remaster is just a glow up, and that's what Oblivion was. It was a glow up. It wasn't they changed this and that and this and that. Unless I'm unaware of any major changes in the remaster, it's still a remaster. I need a remake of Max Payne 1 and 2. Sly Fox. Guys, you know what remaster/remake we need in this world? And I don't know if many people have played it, but First Encounter Assault Recon, or otherwise known as Fear, that we are in desperate need of, okay? Desperate. I like most of the Resident Evil remakes. They've been good. I will say most of them have been good. Some of them have not. But Resident Evil is in a very weird spot as well. It is in a very weird spot at the moment, in all honesty. And the reason I said that is I don't know what they want to do with the story anymore, right? We've had so many iterations of the story that I think it's a little bit convoluted at the moment. But again, like I said, I'm more than willing to, change my opinion on certain points in the matter. But at the moment, Resident Evil is in a very weird spot. RE7 and RE8 was great. But now we've got Resident Evil 9, and I don't know. It just feels like their story is just in a weird spot. Listen to this Minecraft music. Good lordy, Lou, that's amazing. I enjoyed RE8, and I'm only now playing through Biohazard. Rockstar is actually working on it, apparently. See, here's the thing, and they're remaking both Max Payne games at the same time. See, that's great. Great music to listen to. I know, right? By the way, guys, if you guys have not checked out my YouTube channel, I'm just going to punt it here. And if you guys are not followed on Twitch, you may as well just do the thing. But I would love it if we can get to 8,000 subscribers before the end of the year. So if you guys can share out and just follow there, that'll be great. I feel like Resi 9 will be a banger. I hope it will be. I hope that that particular trilogy, and we all know it's about Ethan and his daughter. It does look good. It does. I will say this much. RE7 does look good. RE9 does look good. I'm just hoping that it's going to continue to just be good. Because the problem that I have is when you try to capture lightning in a bottle continuously, it's like, this is going to be controversial. And I apologize to anyone who will be upset about this. I am not looking forward to GTA 6. And in all honesty, I don't think it's going to be that great. I actually do not think it'll be that great. I don't. There's just something about GTA 6 that just doesn't click with me. The physics, as if you know what I mean, look good. Well, yeah, no. I think everyone talks about the physics in GTA games. Let's be real here. The story is coming back to Raccoon City. Are you sure it's not going to have anything to do with Rose? We bad. Are we sure? Are we 100% sure it's not going to have anything to do with Rose? I don't know. Continuing the story of Resident Evil 0. Interesting. We'll see. We'll see. I will say Silent Hill F was not too bad, in all honesty. I think it was a pretty decent return to form for Silent Hill. So that was at least a pleasant surprise. Literally, in all honesty, I just wanna point that out. Like, that was not a bad form to come back to. I want to move everything out of here. I just want my bed, and I just want one chest in here. So we're going to be... That cat should be inside the yard. I haven't played Silent Hill, but it's kind of on my radar. Kind of want to play it if it goes on sale on Halloween. I don't know if it'll go on sale because it's fairly new. But who knows, right? But yeah, chat, I tell you, I am hoping we get some First Encounter Assault Recon remasters. And the reason I say that is we are long overdue. We are long overdue. And you want to know why? Let me explain to you why we are long overdue for that. Because Fear was ahead of its time when it came out, right? Now, I know we're all upset about AI and bullshit that's happening in this world, but from a gameplay perspective, Fear did something that a lot of other games at the time did not do. AI in that game used to do cover fire. It used to call out positions. They used to flank without, you know, they used to adapt to your play style as well. And you know what? That was so good ahead of its time. It really was. It was so good. I don't see much AI doing that lately. I don't know. I think there's a couple of stuff, like, especially for like Halloween, that I would want like a remaster of or remake. Now, I don't like horror games that much. I think if anyone knows me, I'm not a massive horror game fan. But there are some that I would consider, like, you know, get a little bit of a glow up. And Fear is definitely one of them. Is Fear that alien horror game? No. F.E.A.R. It's about this little girl who had psychic powers, who was experimented on by her terrible father and a terrible team of people. And she had 2 sons at the age of 11. Yes, she did. And yeah, it's got problematic stuff, but it's really, really, really good. You just checked, you were wrong. Oh, Prey was really good. The first Prey, and then the Prey remake that also came out was also pretty good. I will say that much. It was also pretty good. It'll be set 30 years after Resident Evil 3. The story is expected to return to a claustrophobic classic Resident Evil style, possibly featuring elements from the Outbreak storyline. Oh, damn. Okay, interesting. 30 years after Resident Evil 3. Hey, Crimson Ninja. How do you do? Welcome, welcome. Oh, game, what are you doing? My game is having a field day today. Outbreak was Resident Evil 3 DLC. Oh, okay. Interesting. We're just busy sorting out our chests here, so don't mind us. Join in on the conversation. We're talking about gaming today. Okay, well, that's interesting. So that's where they're going with the story. Well, I hope it succeeds. I do. I feel like they've recaptured a lot of what made Resident Evil great. Resident Evil 8 was weird, I will say. Ethan... Oh, man. Ethan's story was so sad. It actually was so sad. But, you know, I suppose... You love The Mummy? Mummy was good. That was good. Horse armor. The first count you kill. Yeah. Capcom themselves said they're putting a pause on Ethan and Rose's story. Well, the thing is, where do you go with Ethan and Rose's story after what happened? I think that's the big thing. What do you do? You know what I mean? Like, how do you continue with their story? Hello? Oh, are we ready to go? Okay. Ethan is yeah, no. Well, yeah. Ethan's story is sad. It is. It's a sad state of affairs with Ethan. But, you know, I suppose these things will happen. Okay. What are we going out this afternoon? Yes or no? You don't think so? Okay. Guys, yes, I'm going because we need to go do some stuff. But I will be back later this afternoon. Okay? Make sure you hit the follow button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. On YouTube, we're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. So help a ginger man out. Okay? And I will see you guys when I get back. Okay? I love you all. Thank you. So sorry for the short stream. But we will be back later this afternoon. And we're going to play 7 Days to Die later this afternoon, okay? But make sure you hit that subscribe button. Otherwise, your coffee is going to be gross, okay? Bye-bye.